Right guys, okay, so now we're following the signs for Leeds. So we're making sure that we're not going over the line, that we're maintaining lane discipline. We're looking in our left door mirror and we're also looking at this silver car on our left. We're now looking in our left door mirror again and looking at the green traffic lights that were red a few moments ago. We're now looking at the cars on the left and watching what they're doing and trying to anticipate if this silver car was going to change lanes. Now the reason why we thought that was A, the lorry's turning left so his lane will move slower, and B, its positioning of his vehicle. So we are following the signs for Horsforth. So we're not going to move into the centre lane, as in lane 1. And the reason we're not moving into that lane is because the lane's moving slower than ours at the moment. But we need to move into the lane on the left to follow the signs for Horsforth. Now it looks good, we're now going to move into that lane. And the reason why we did that was a vehicle ahead of us, he was moving into the lane on the left. And that gave us an ample opportunity to change lanes and to come into centre lane. Or lane 2, or the first lane, depending on how you view that. So we're now following the road ahead and we're following the signs for Horsforth. Now we want to move into the lane on the left, but can anyone tell us why we can't move into that lane and why it would be deemed illegal? So what we are going to do is we are going to go into that lane at the next available opportunity to go ahead. Now currently we can't do it because we have a solid double white line and we're looking, it's not safe yet. So now we're gonna move into it when it's safe. So now when we've moved into it, we'll make sure we've cancelled our signal and we're now looking at the roundabout sign and we can see Horsforth. We can see the sign on the left is lane 1 and that's the lane that we are in now. So now we'll check our mirrors and we'll signal left and we'll maintain our left signal throughout. So now while our lights are red, we're looking out in our mirrors for motorcyclists, e-scooters, and we're looking out for bikes. You've got to remember e-scooters and bikes make no noise, whereas a motorcycle could rev its engine. Now that we see none, we maintain our lane discipline. We'll look at the crossing ahead, which is actually green at the moment, but the filter bars barely show you that. So A, you don't misinterpret, and secondly, when the light's shining on the green light, amber light, whatever it is, it's clearly visible to you. So we can see the sign on the left telling us that the speed limit here is 50. So we travel at an appropriate speed. The appropriate speed currently at the moment would be about 47. Now it's telling us if we need to park, that there is parking spaces available on the left. And now we can see traffic slowing down. So we don't stop, we don't reduce our speed significantly, but we make the adjustment to our speed and anticipate potentially traffic could stop very, very soon. And if that's the case, we need to look in our mirrors now, assess what our action or the reaction to our action would be. Now we can see traffic flowing, but it's flowing at a slower pace. Now we can see a car poking out. We would need to give him way. It's unsafe to travel past him in case he pulls out and he clips our vehicle. But we're aware of this van, we can see what's going on, we adjust our speed accordingly. And now that the pace of traffic has reduced, so people are going a lot slower now, we need to make more regular mirror checks, and even if that means glancing in the mirror more often. So we increase our observations, our mirror checks, but we glance for less time but more often. And that's simply because we're going downhill, and the speed a cyclist could go past you would be considerably faster than he would on a normal built-up area street road. So we're now following the signs for York. So we're taking the second exit on the roundabout, or we're following the signs for the airport. So we're now looking in our mirrors. We're looking in our mirrors again, and we're going to move into the lane on the left. Now the reason why we're moving into the lane on the left is the vehicle in front of us, the silver car, he's got his right signal on. Now because he's got his right signal on, he's turning right towards Leeds, I believe the sign is. And when he gets to his second traffic lights, he's going to hold traffic back. Now his traffic light is red. So when our lights go green and he's turning right, the second light that lets him turn right will be red. That means he'll hold traffic back. So as we move forward, you'll see a big Jeep in the lane on the right. And I believe he's also turning right. You'll see a white van as well. Now what happens is it holds traffic back and it obstructs you in lane 2. So we're going to carry on. We're driving at our normal pace. And we make regular right mirror checks here for people merging into our lane. We'll then continue following the road ahead. The speed's reasonable, we're doing 35. The maximum speed limit permitted at the moment is 50. As we're going ahead, we're looking at the box in the middle for people turning right, which is to our left, and there is nobody. There is one now, a Range Rover, but we're going to carry on, we don't need to stop for him. And we're now deciding on which lane to go into, because both of them are full of traffic. And now that there's traffic, like at a standstill on the left, we're a little careful where there's walkways or where there's a potential place where you may come into contact with pedestrians. However, if we see a very big gap developing on the left, we must make sure that we look, investigate before we go further. Potentially there could be somebody standing in the middle of the road. So guys, thank you very much for watching, and we will see you soon. So don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you. Goodbye.